Hey friends, how are you doing today? So I'm gonna paint some daisies. You cannot paint too many flowers. Flowers are amazing. And also because last night we did the live and we did how to paint a simple sky, and I showed these two ultramarine. So this is ultramarine blue and neutral gray 5 and some white to paint these skies. So I think we should paint some daisies on top of them. Okay, let's have some fun. Okay, as I mentioned, my background, I'll link the video in this video description. It is ultramarine. Here, the video is actually this. And then I had painted these ahead of time so you can see the differences in the blues. This is phthalo blue green shade and neutral gray 5. Here's neutral gray 5. In case I say that too fast. And this is ultramarine blue green shade with some neutral gray 5, but still, even though it's a green shade, it's more purple. It definitely has more red in it. This has more yellow in it. Okay, so you can see how I did that. And then I'm thinking, just to mix things up a little bit, I put out, a lot of times I'd put out burnt umber, but I put out some burnt sienna. So it's kind of a red brown. Maybe fun. Plus red and green are complements, so I might be able to get a, here, let's see if I can get a black. I don't know how much to use. I'm just going to take about the same scoop of each. That's not quite the same. Oh, maybe it was. What's it gonna do? Oh, it's gonna make kind of a burnt umber. That's fun. It's more muted than a burnt umber, and I can see it's a little bit maybe on the green side, but that's maybe because my green actually ended up being a little bit more in proportion. It's about half and half. Well, that's fun. So I'll probably end up putting out some Mars Black. We'll just do that now. Mars Black. I like Liquitex. It's a really nice brand. Been around forever. It might have been the original acrylic paint brand. I don't know if that's true. You guys can let me know in the comments. But I like the big lids so you can stand them up. You can just stand them up on a shelf. You could hang them because that's how they do in the store. Okay. So I talked about the burnt sienna. Did I talk about the Hooker's green? That's the only green I buy. I mix a lot of my greens. And then yellow oxide. I might pull out some cad yellow for the centers. I don't know, we'll see. We'll just see. And then titanium white. And I'm gonna take, I've got a new brush. I brought it came in a pack of 3, I think. 3 or 4 brushes. Oh no, there's 4. I got them at Michael's. They're Artist Loft. So I mostly wanted them because I go through the little detail liner brushes pretty quick. Sometimes I paint with little brushes longer than I need to, but I also like them to sign paintings. And then it came with this nice 1/2-inch flat, which I really like. And I'm just going to mix some greens, and then I'm going to do I think I'm going to do my up and down grasses. I'll link that video in this video description, and then I'll be back in a bit. Hey friends, I thought I'd pop in a second and talk about what I'm doing. So I have my painting up on a couple of masking tape rolls. I'm hoping that helps with focus. Let me know. What else? I am trying to use a more limited palette with the burnt sienna and the yellow oxide. And then this is Hooker's green. Do I have it out? I was just at the gallery yesterday, so I have I have paints in several spots. And I'm thinking daisies, and I really want to put yellow out, either a cadmium. So this cadmium free yellow medium hue has some white in it. It's not transparent. I actually like this one better, cadmium yellow medium hue, because it has some transparency. So if you want to glaze, I could add some matte medium or water to it to glaze with that one. But I'm wanting to put yellow out, but I'm not going to do that yet. I did put out some ultramarine, which is my background color. Ultramarine blue green shade. But it's still much more purple than, like, if you watched I linked the background photo and showed it earlier when we painted a simple sky. It's more purple. Here, I'll just grab it again just in case. I'm just sure I showed this. So that's more aqua color. Use whatever you like, use whatever you have. There's not a wrong. I'm just playing with colors a little bit. And then I took a General's charcoal pencil, which I think is funny because it's white, so it's not charcoal. And just kind of sketched out. I was thinking bigger daisy, and then I always kind of go a little smaller. I was thinking bigger and bolder. And I think this daisy is going to be on top of this daisy. And I think I'm going to paint them with browns. Oh, and I added a little black just for some depth. I kind of like this rusty color. Oh, and I know I need to back up a little bit. I took a small filbert, the whole reason I mixed the ultramarine blue, and put in some sky holes like you would in a tree, and just brought my sky down a little bit more. I don't know if I needed it, but I kind of felt like I did, and I don't think it'll hurt either way. But that's why I just felt like I wanted to bring my sky down a little bit. And then this is going to be a bee. Okay, I think, oh, and then when you mix yellow oxide with some white, you get a color that's really close to Naples yellow, which I've used in past videos, which I really like. But I'm like, well, I might as well buy the yellow oxide instead of the Naples yellow, because then I have more variety there. As long as I'm buying, you know, colors because I like to, because paint is fun to buy. But you could get away with, I would prefer a quinacridone magenta instead of a red, because it mixes a great red with cadmium yellow. And then any blue you like, I tend to like phthalo blue green shade. Okay, you could just paint with those three colors in black and white. Mix all kinds of colors. Keep it cheaper. Okay, anything else? I think I said more than I actually planned on. I'll be back in a bit, guys. Hey guys, a couple thoughts. So I just did this one and then I remembered to turn the video camera on. So one thing I did is I went really dark with the daisies. I was trying to get more contrast, but then I wasn't liking it. So then I lightened up the daisies. And I started off doing a gray bluish ultramarine color right over here. And it was the same color as this. It was, even though I had more black in it, it was still too close to the sky. So I went with a brown, which I like better. And actually, I think I like just when I do a little stroke, kind of suggests, that one doesn't really show, suggests a little bit of dappled light. And then the bee is one of my better bees, I think. And I think one of the reasons why it's better is I put that dark orangey rusty color in it on top of some of the yellow oxide. And so I've got more shape to it, more highlight. That kind of fun. Just a chubby little bee. I think now I'm gonna put in some, so one thing that can help, let's see, what do I want to say? I want to put some stems in, but they don't all need stems. Sometimes I do, because I just start painting and I forget what I might want to do. The other thing that I think really can help your painting is we'll pull some grasses over the top, and so it gives it some interesting depth. Whoops! Oh no, I just went through the white. I forgot that was wet as I was dragging my finger on there. So one thing is this, I've been painting on this today, so I could lift up what's underneath. I could have just left it, but it bothers me, so we'll see if we can kind of wash it off. Well, and then I've got, here's a chalk pastel line. We could kind of wash that off too, as long as I'm washing. It would be better to wash it tomorrow after it's dried a little bit, or even a couple days, depending on the weather in your area. Do I have any other chalk? I think that's a chalk, yeah. Or it wasn't chalk pastel, it was a white charcoal pencil. Okay, so that was what I was thinking. I was originally going to do blue, because, you know, cooler shadow blues. But I think I did brown in the other daisy photo and ended up liking it. Or daisy painting. Sorry, you could tell I'm in art brain. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Hey friends, I'm done. I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I did. I put out this yellow. I sprayed my palette and did a couple things before I video the end of this pretty daisy painting. So that yellow, which has some white in it. So slow down, Anne. I'm kind of excited. So the hooker's green. And then this yellow, where's Hooker's green? Made a really fun lime green. I should write that down. I really like that. And then I just put little dots here and there. Of course, it dries a little darker. But that's a neat color. If you have a different yellow, try putting a little white in it with the Hooker's green. So that was fun. I ended up putting some darker, almost, it looks black. It may have been black. It might have been this color where I put Hooker's green and black together. And added some black little bits on some of my grasses. Oh, and some black little bits in my daisy centers just to give them, the bee's really strong, so just to give it a little more oomph, and also to entertain you. Kind of like there's a little bit of sparklies going on around the painting. In this one I put in some square brush leaves. Here, let's talk about the brushes. That is, I think that's like a 3/8 inch. It seems bigger. It's a craft brush from Michaels. Whoops. Oh, that's pretty close to a 1/4 inch. I'm not real good at measurements. This one's a 1/2 inch. I use this one. It's just a little liner brush from Royal and Langnickel. I've worn off the numbers. It's something over 0. I just used it for a couple dots here and there, and then to sign my painting. And I use this little, probably a 1/4 inch, excuse me guys, 1/4 inch filbert. Mostly because they're sitting right here, and it's the size. I tend to like the square brushes for more. Hang on, I gotta take a drink. Sorry guys. Okay, I haven't talked much today. I tend to like the flat brushes because I can get a tip, a point if I want it. I think this turned out really pretty. I love the rusty orangey color back in here. I ended up putting some over here, and I just made a swipe right there. I think I could have left it alone too. Here, let's do a screenshot. You probably want a screenshot. This is I don't know if I mentioned, but it's a 5x7 canvas panel from, well, I'll show you. I'm pretty sure I know where it's from, just in case I get it wrong. Oh yeah, US Art Supply. I've been buying them because they're straighter, the corners. This one's, you know, like when they fold the fabric, sometimes you get lumpy corners. But they still seem to be a little bit more square than Michaels, which might be a fluke, might be actually a thing. Should we take a little tour? Get rid of my colorful masking tape or artist tape. So I'll link the video that this is similar to. I like that bee. That's one thing about when you keep painting. You know, you just find little things like that lime green in the bee. Try to do it again. I love the little dots. I think those are entertaining. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. It's so fun for me to have you guys tag along with me on my art journey. And then I'm honored to have you guys showing me your work in my Facebook group. I mean, and share your art journey with me. I think that's just so cool. I just love it. I super appreciate your support. Great, big, trying to make it big, happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.